we'll do this, and then we'll switch over to actually do a console stuff for once, just to have a couple of console games. I have a couple of PS5 stuff, a couple of Switch stuff. I think I'll do the PS5 stuff though. No, it's not on there. Shit. Demos is a thing, right? You can put demos, games and demos. Okay, there you go. Cool. Doing that Gods of the Twilight. It's a visual novel about becoming or reincarnating as a god, I guess. I think is what it is, right? Um, me. What the hell? Why did it just? It captured the game automatically. What? It shouldn't. It shouldn't have automatically captured it. What the hell? Also, holy loudness. Full screen. There we go. But what the fuck? Um. Okay. Yeah, we're lowering that a little bit because holy crap. Turn it back up on this side. Yeah, there we go. That should be good. Text speed. Do good text speed. Okay. Farkas? Farkas. Or Althea. Let's do Althea. Standard 70 plus audio, felony notice for conviction, all the normal stuff that you see. I know Renpeace stuff, yeah. More experienced Star Wars users need to know. I'm Hector, by the way. I got volunteered to do the tutorial because apparently I'm the closest thing we have to a mascot, whatever that means. So they promise you a lot of choices and consequences, right? Those led up throughout the game. Choices have unique consequences and will be referenced later on. Others will increase or decrease your affection scores. Many do both. You're already making a point choice just now between Farkas and Althea. You're both adorable in their own ways, in my opinion. Don't tell them I said that. I'd rather tell them myself, if we end up getting along, that is. Anyway, you picked Althea, so you'll play your intro first. You'll still play Farkas scenes, but later on. There are scenes that can be played from either of their perspectives. When that happens, you'll play from the perspective of the character you chose in the beginning. Also, other story details that can change depending on who you choose. Okay. Hector enjoys the sound of his own voice. When you gain those affection, you'll see a notification like that one. You want to see it right away when you make the choice, but later when the character actually reacts. Just think in real life you don't know the consequences of your actions until later. If you miss the notification, you can scroll up or hit back until you see it again. You get affection from me for listening to me talk. Don't count the game as tutorials outside the plot. For the points themselves, choices will gain or lose more points than others. Okay. Later on, you'll build relationships with affection with them. It doesn't just apply to romance. You could be asking for someone's help and wanting to get closer as a friend. If I reject you, I'll do my best to be nice about it. That depends what you've done. You can do some pretty terrible shit in the game. Okay, wow. Is this guy one of those rentable Norse gods I told you about? Well, maybe. Take me to dinner first. I don't know the answer to that. If I had a past life, something else I don't remember. The game also has romanceable humans and other kinds of beings that are pretty special too. Get to know us first and unravel the mysteries as we go. So the warning screen, right? Put the movie terms, the game's rated R, not X, so don't get your hopes up too high. Okay, fair enough. New chapters released over time, just as carried from previous chapters. Stay tuned and follow the game's social updates. Okay. That's it. Have fun. Okay. So I'm wondering what this demo entails actually. Hold on. Let me just I'm sure it says on the page. Let's see. Okay, some chapters beyond the intro. Okay, so these are just intro scenes. Oh, they have a Patreon? I did not know that. Okay. I was not aware that they had a Patreon. Um, Part 3 of 3 is now live for both protagonists. Intros. Okay, so there's 3 parts to their intros, I guess. I don't know. Oh well, I just wanted to see where I was at with this, but let's see. The sounds of battle surround me. I look around. Hold on, I need to get some water. Water in me. Water. I look around at the chaos. There's something else to do, but what? Where? How? Oh, whoops. What did it say? How? Whatever. Where are the others? They're supposed to help me. They're turning and fighting him. This isn't how it's supposed to go. He's our enemy. He needs to do this or else. The voice is familiar and unfamiliar, yet it comes from within me. I feel its urgency on my own. I rush forward. He's attacking them in return. Viciously, but outnumbered, the outcome is all but certain. Something on the ground, warm blood pouring down my face. Is it mine? What happened? My vision fades as a figure stands over me, and a blade jabs down into me from above. Rip. It's Freighter. Who said that? The swell of music pulls me back into the physical world. My alarm. What an intense dream. My heart is still pounding as if I've been fighting for my life. I guess I should try to do a voice. Hold on, it's gonna give me a minute here. Okay, so I'll finish up my monsters so I don't have any. So my throat won't be sticky anymore after this. Alright. Should be good. I don't know what to. I really can't do girl voice. God, it sucks. I try and I do terribly. I'll just try to do like a soft voice, I guess. I don't know. Softer voice? I don't even know. I blink, bringing my eyes into focus as I mentally summon my heads-up display to shut off the alarm and quickly flick through any notifications before getting up. Well, maybe I can snooze for 10 minutes. I lie, gazing at the ceiling, the morning sun streaking across from the window. What are these dreams? I can't always remember, but it feels like this wasn't the first time. There's a knock at the door. Miss Thea, are you getting ready? It's Johannes, the assistant my parents hired after we moved to New Reykjavik. His impeccable politeness makes pings like these easier to swallow, but his knock was still jarring, with how afraid I feel. He's only a few years older than me, so it's strange being minded by someone who's basically a peer. And by someone whose local accent I find so damn charming, among other things. But anyway. Tell him, yes, just a minute. Oh, right, I'll be done in my... what did I just do? What did I even do? So how did I say his voice? I don't know. All right, I'll be down at the car. I don't know. Footsteps trail away from my door. I might have a minute or two to continue lying here, but really need to get up, so eventually I roll out of bed. I get dressed, taking time to look polished. Check over my outfit, hair, and face in the mirror as I get ready, making sure there's no remaining sign of bedhead, or how tired I still feel. Once I'm ready to go, I add a breakfast bar to my bag to save time and head down the garage. Traffic is so bad in the city that most people don't own their own cars, so having one at my disposal is quite a luxury, not to mention having a human driver. Most people just hail rides everywhere, or take the rails, all automated unless you pay extra for the human touch. Okay, this is the future, huh? But the culture in the city seems so private and quiet that I wonder if anyone would want that anyway. I'm just happy that I can relax on the ride over. I'm normally sleep deprived anyway from my studies and side projects. Johannes smiles and nods to me, opening the door for me before going around to the driver's side. That was a bit longer than expected, though you're looking quite sharp. Johannes approves of my look. He doesn't normally comment on my appearance, so the compliment catches me off guard. Is he just making conversation? Or does a part of him behind that polished professional exterior actually find it attractive? Or is he judging me for taking too long and covering it with a compliment? It's so hard to tell with him. Whatever, it's nothing to get worked up about. Yeah, it's just because I'm ready for a nap on the inside doesn't mean I can't make my outside ready to take on the world. Of course. We speed off into the city. He knows this place and his traffic fluently, and it shows. He weaves through intuitively in ways that might have seemed dangerous if I hadn't already learned to trust his instincts. He plays a podcast about recent news. He may not share much about himself and his professionalism, but I've only prefers to spend his spare brain cycles learning things rather than simply listening to music. It took a while to convince him that really had no preference regarding what we listened to, but I'm glad I did. I always end up hearing something interesting during our drives. I mean, sure, North America has plenty of underground seasonal storm shelters, but they're only built to house people for a few weeks at a time. If this year is anything like last year, it's only to expand their infrastructure down there. But where are people supposed to go in the meantime? That'll be up to their governments to figure out, but in the long term, we just need more ocean platforms if we're going to be climate robust. Ocean platforms like the one we're on, near Reykjavik, is a synthetic island floating atop the rising sea, built as a refuge for the inhabitants of the old capital, now submerged under the Atlantic. Oh God! Unlike a real island, they can move, and like a large, slow ship, but that's enough to avoid the worst hurricanes and other storms so long as the forecasts are accurate enough. It's strange to imagine how people used to be able to just live on this planet with nothing. No special tech to make the place habitable for them, just sit out in nature and somehow be okay. So this is our future. This is what we're heading towards. If we don't fix our climate. Who knows how long this kind of thing is off. Hopefully we can, if we can't stop it, then we can adapt to it. Like this. It would be nice, but who knows. I hope we fix it though. Like what the fuck? Like I don't even know. But like we're so fucked. It sucks. We're so fucked and it's just so horrible. I just yeah. It's like occasionally I have like a small panic about like like are we gonna like suddenly one day is it just gonna like get worse? I don't know. Or is our predictions gonna be? Would they? Are they gonna be too late? Like they say, if we don't fix it in 10 years or whatever, we're gonna be totally fucked. Is it gonna suddenly change to if we don't fix it by tomorrow? Is something just gonna throw everything out of whack and fuck it up much sooner? Weird, right? I mean, I know it must have been like that, but it's hard to imagine actually living that way. How did we end up so far from that? Each year is similar enough to the last, but the sea creeps a little higher, and the storms hit a little harder. And after a while, I guess it just adds up. Yeah. I'm sure this isn't totally accurate of what the city looks like, because this looks relatively small, but it's probably like actually way bigger. Finally, we arrive at the school. I thanked Johannes for the company, quiet though he was for most of the ride. He'll stay out running the house errands for a while, and meanwhile, I'll be here. As busy as school makes me, I can't help but feel like my time is being wasted. I'm happy to learn, but I guess their priorities aren't the same as mine. The things I most want to learn aren't the things we're covering right now, or the things required for maltrication exams. So I give them what they want, and lose sleep doing what I want. If we stayed in another country, oh god, just had a few burps there. I had to let out. What the hell? I might be at a university by now, with more freedom to choose my own studies. But courses at the gymnasia, Iceland's equivalent of high schools, go to age 19, so here I am. I head to one class after another, and rooms with round clusters of displays where students sit to do the day's exercises, while instructors circulate and help whoever's struggling. In literature is independent writing exercises today. In computer science, it's a group exercise. In bio, we have some wet lab stuff to do, so it's lab benches instead of electronic displays. We rarely do stuff like that. The change of pace is nice. We get our reading assignments to prepare for the next session and shuffle ourselves along to the next class. The classes are well done, but it's more like a game of ticking all the boxes for the requirements rather than going after knowledge because there's something in particular we want to learn, or because we want to do something with that knowledge. At lunch, I sit with a few other students I'm beginning to know. I haven't been in this country long, but it's pretty lonely without friends I can see outside the internet, and I get along well enough with these guys. Oh, hey, dear. I don't know. Why did he make his voice so deep? He's not gonna. Oh, okay, whatever. So the posh princess deigns to honor us with her presence. Yes, be grateful, peasant. Come on, you don't have to get. I haven't done that voice. No, I can't do that voice for her. No, 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 no. That's bad. Don't do that. It's stupid. That's stupid. Come on, you don't have. Oh God, how do I do that voice? Come on, you don't have to give her such a hard time. What did I even? I already forgot like how I did that fake British accent. I'm like bad fucking with her. I look at her, she's perfectly fine. Fucking with people's how she shows affection. You don't need to explain me, Miranda. Anyway, I'm ready for a nap. Oh, why did I make him British now too? What the fuck? Whatever. I think I'll stay down here for the rest of the day, okay? Okay. He's resting his head on his forearms, which are folded in front of him on the table. Were you up late? Nah, I just saved my life. Okay. I've already fucked the voices. So usual. Yep. Let's all hate life together. Miranda thinks I'm enabling them. I like that. It's kind of like the Telltale stuff. Blank will remember that. All that good shit. Ah, my voice is an ironic imitation of a kindergarten teacher gathering everyone for a class activity. Party! It says still resting his arms on the table. He raises one fist in mock enthusiasm. But he does smile, genuinely it seems. The humor around here is almost dark, if not full-on nihilistic, where the hopelessness of humanity is the punchline. But that's pretty normal in my experience. I mean, if someone acted genuinely cheerful, they just come across as fake or ignorant, and everyone shit on them for it. Why would anyone be genuinely cheerful, right? Now, hear me out. Have you tried not getting up in the morning? Or ever? Fuck off. That's going a bit far, Petter. As though. To be honest, it bothers me a bit as well, joking about depression and suicide as if such things are just a matter of course. But maybe joking about it helps? At least more so than pretending these things don't happen. I consider asking what they think about all that, but I hesitate. I don't know them that well yet. And heaven forbid I say anything truly heartfelt in front of my peers. For now, I just keep my end of the banter until everyone's done with lunch, and we head out to our remaining classes. I can't talk. After class, when I'm allowed to turn my phone back on, I see a blip to one side of my vision. It's a notification on my heads-up display, a message from Johannes. I give the mental command to my open message, and my phone transmits the image of Johannes to my HUD. To my eyes, he appeared in front of me like a hologram, even though I'm the only one who can see his augmented reality overlay. I'm afraid your parents have asked for my help with some urgent last-minute business, so it'll be an hour or so before I'm able to pick you up. The message is recording, so I can't respond directly, but still. What business? I guess you didn't feel at liberty to share? I'll let you know when I'm free if I don't hear from you otherwise. Stay safe. That he would worry about my safety isn't terribly surprising. The city is dangerous to walk around by yourself. If I go anywhere, it'd be best not to go alone. Unless you just hail a ride straight home. For now, I decide to... let's just hang out in the library. I head into the library, which does have some books, but mainly just quiet study areas. Individual tables as well as collaborative ones, with and without clusters for displays for students to use. It's easier to look things up electronically anyways. There are a couple others here, but not many. Anyone else staying this late is probably busy with the club or sport. I sit at one of the tables and look up my reading assignments. anyone else, it might look like I'm staring off into space, but I'm scrolling through the windows that appear in my HUD in response to my mental commands. Like large ethereal screens floating around me, invisible to everyone but myself. Some people prefer physical screens. They can be easier on the eyes, I guess, and formatting to collaborate with others without the extra steps of setting up HUD screen sharing. But a lot of times it's easier to just do what I'm doing now. Might as well get started. Only I can't seem to focus. I find myself distracted by a newsfeed I've opened in the sidebar. Some headline about crops dying on the mainland since spring conditions weren't met for them to sprout again this year. Not hard to imagine. It's getting into late March, but it's still uncomfortably chilly, even with the outdoor climate controls within the city. It's strange. The ice caps melt and the sea rises, but the weather is so unpredictable that we never really experience summer either. Of course, between the thick clouds constantly covering the sky and the artificial lighting of the city, day and night don't seem to make much difference either. Like an eternal twilight. I read on now about the need for more greenhouses to keep the population fed. At least New Reykjavik is already in good shape in that regard. Plenty of hydroponics on the lower decks of the city. Oh, there are different decks in the... Okay, got it. That's part of the reason why my family moved here rather than Europe. It's safer than trying to put down roots into freezing or flooding soil. I guess they could up greenhouses on the top deck and try to use natural light. Well, the light and temperature aren't that great up here anyway. The citizens probably prefer to live where they can see the sky. I read a bit more. Apparently, this is the third year that it's been like this for virtually all the crops. 3 years of unending winter. Haven't I heard that somewhere before? Yeah, that's Ragnarok. Now I find myself actually interested in something. I start looking up. Why just something about 3 years of winter? Scrolling through the results, I pause. There. The prophecy of Ragnarok. Okay. So this is Norse then, I guess? Norse gods? That's cool. I like Norse gods a lot. I only know the handful of them, but I learned a bit more from the fucking the God of War game. But yeah, I liked what little I know about them. I need to read that I started reading it years ago. I never finished. I should pick it back up again. The what is his Neil Gaiman book? Right? He did a Norse gods book. I've been told it's very good, so I should continue reading that. 3 years without summer under a useless sun were supposed to be a sign of Norse mythology's apocalypse. I remember reading through all this during my late nights of personal studies. At this point, I've read volumes on so many different traditions the world over, from those left in the dust of history to those still practiced large and small. I don't draw a line between mythologies and religions because, what's the saying? All stories are true in the places where they're told. The truth is the human experience behind it, and that always exists, whatever form it might truly have taken. There's something I love about all of them, and I love finding connections between them more than anything. I keep reading, my mood lifting. I even forget to check the messages and see if there's anything from Johannes, since I sometimes don't notice the blip when I'm focused. Before the years of unending winter, there are predicted to be 3 years of war all across the world. I pause and think back. Did this one line up too? This is silly. It's easy to see connections if you're expecting them to be there, even if they really aren't. War and the weather. All of these things are normal. It's always sort of been like this. But the old stories catch my interest, and I find myself picking through them again. It seems like every time I study these things, there's something new I take from it. Like looking at it with new eyes. But I guess I sort of am. After living through another year and experiencing new things, I'm never quite the same as I was before. As I read, I notice out the corner of my eye some movement outside the far window. Though when I look, I don't see anything in particular. I think I'll take a look. I get up and head to the window, peering out left and right to see whether what I noticed is still there. Below the window is dense, decorative foliage. Yeah, foliage. But I can now clearly make out a human figure crouched down there. As I watch, the extended arm to press the fist against the glass. There's an odd buzzing sound. Ah! What the hell? I quickly back away, putting a chest-high shelf between me and the window. The glass shatters. The handful of other students in the room and the librarian let out shouts of surprise and scramble away toward the door. The fuck? A person wearing some sort of dark, high-tech gear, their face completely covered by a mask, is heaving themselves up through the window. I sprint towards the exit. What is this? Some new massacre in the making? Is this how I'll die? Help! There's someone! Security guards are already rushing toward the noise. I glance back with my better judgment. The dark armed figure draw a large blade from their back. Whoa, that noise actually jumped me for a second there. What the fuck? Got way louder. The security guards fire tasers at the unknown person, but the crackling electricity of the dart seems to do nothing against that armor. In an instant, one guard is cleaved in two. My eyes widen at this real sight, feeling like I might stumble and collapse, reeling from the reality of what's going on. But I force myself to keep sprinting away, out the door and down the street. How far do I need to run before I'm safe enough to call a taxi? Farther than this. As I round the corner and attempt to break line of sight with the school, I can't help but glance behind me, paranoid I might have been followed. My heart freezes in my chest. The black-clad attacker has abandoned the school entirely and is sprinting down the sidewalk in my direction. Why? There are so many people at the school, and most of them running the same as I. So it's not like I stand out. Why is this mass killing machine ignoring everyone and honing in on me? I turn my attention to the path ahead, pushing through the panic buzzing in my brain to focus on the next step and the next. There has to be some way I can reach this person. I'll be right back. Okay, I have returned. Ooh. Alright, up ahead I see a dark fan screech to a halt, and the side door opens up to reveal a woman in a uniform. A police officer who's actually wielding firearms? Must be special forces. Get in, quickly! Why don't I make everyone British? Jumping into a strange van might not sound terribly safe, but at this point, to get to the van, I sprung with the last burst of energy I could muster. Meanwhile, she leans out, bracing herself against the seat and aiming around me. Not with a rifle, but a strange sort of pistol I haven't seen before. When it fires, there's a concussive wave that radiates out from it, throwing the black-clad individual back through the air. No bullets. Interesting non-lethal option. I haven't heard of guns like this before. That buys enough time for me to climb inside, and for the door to close and us to speed off. I notice traffic giving way fluidly to let us pass, like a sea parting for our convenience. I guess she really must be special forces if the city's traffic AI is treating this vehicle with that kind of priority. I look around at the woman and the other two officers inside the van. Where are we going? It's safer I don't give you if I. That's not what I meant to do. It's safer if I don't give you. It's safer if I don't give you the exact location, but to our base. What's going on? There's a lot to explain, and we have questions too. But if we get back to base, our director has more answers than I do anyways. Who are you? I thought the uniform would speak for itself. I'm Lieutenant Komani, New Reykjavik Police Special Operations Unit. I'm guessing her family must be foreign, like mine. Families from outside Iceland seem rare in daily life, though many of them have been around for generations. We continue to drive. The other officers in the van look like they were ready for a fight, but they don't say much as we continue. They just gaze at the front windshield or review whatever's displaying on their HUDs, judging from the way their out-of-focus eyes flip back and forth as if reading something floating in the air in front of them. Eventually, we get to a guarded gate in front of a ramp that must lead down to the city ship's lower decks. After a guard scans the van and confirms the identity of the officers in it, the gate opens and we drive down. What is with this thingy? Okay. The camera was just being weird. We're good. I think the camera's all good now. Potentially. Alright. But this isn't just underground parking for the building above. In fact, there's no garage at all. We just keep going down, and at some point we level out and keep driving forward. This space outside the van is completely dark at this point. The AI driving the vehicle doesn't need light to see after all. We take a few turns as we go. I start to wonder just how much is down here. How many decks were there again? No idea. Eventually, we came to a stop facing a door in the wall of the tunnel. I can finally see the walls and otherwise lightless passage, thanks to the lamps over the doors. This way, we can talk in the briefing room inside. Sure, I was nodding head inside. We step into a lobby just inside the door. I see the van drive off by itself as soon as we're all out of it. I briefly wonder how I'm going to get out of here if something goes wrong, or if it turns out I can't trust these people. Just run off through these dark tunnels? I guess I just have to hope I can trust them. Farkas part. Oh, no, I'm going to Farkas's thing. Okay. Ugh, I'm in so much pain. My lips are restricted and I have a strange taste in my mouth. I struggle to try to break free, but it's impossible. I taste is his blood. I'm going numb. Even so, my eyes are burning. Even so, I desire vengeance. To inflict upon the others the pain I've been under for so long, to feel what I felt, to laugh as I was laughed at. For that, there's nothing I wouldn't. Wait, my thoughts, my memories are scattered to the wind, vanishing. Who am I again? Ah. Oh, what the fuck? He actually is injured. I'm just making a sound. Should I do? I wake up slowly, taking in my surroundings. It's 7:30 in the morning. I feel the sweat sticking to my body. Was I having a nightmare? It must have been pretty intense. Sluggish, I stand up and go to the nearest mirror. My face is there, same as always, with the familiar mess of black hair on top. What, was I expecting anything different? That dream really must have shaken me up. As I look at myself, my drowsiness fades and reality comes back into focus. My name is Farkas. I'm 18 years old. Trying to get the. I think I'm changing the voice slightly when I do it. Just a loser who gets into fights and probably won't make much of itself. Well, I used to do that. It's hard to stop thinking of myself that way. And here I am back in the real world, back in New Reykjavik, same place I've been my entire life. Some people around here might remember old Reykjavik, but not me. Even if I'm curious about it, signing up for a scuba tour of the sunken city wouldn't exactly be cheap. For me, this massive floating turd of a city is the only place I've ever called home. And even with its gangs and shitty smoggy air, it's still probably where I'll always live. But damn, my head feels weird. And my hand. I slowly reach my palm, looking down on it. Oh crap! My fists are sore, and my right hand has a bandage wrapped around what must be a deep cut, tinged with red with blood. What happened yesterday? It's been years since I've anything like. I shake my head. Better clean this wound and get ready to go. I'm not looking forward to school, but I still need to get enough attendance to pass. I'm washing my face after getting changed when I hear someone call. Focus! I sighed, making a slow casual turn to face the voice calling for me. Yeah? The door slides open with a thud to reveal Hekla's intense stare, piercing me all the way from the doorway where she stands. Helka's my adult guardian, so to speak. I mean, she never adopted me. Or she adopted me, and all the official paperwork lists me as Farkas Helkason, but I've never thought of her as my mom. Her eyes are wide under furrowed brows, and can't tell whether she's more angry or worried. Good, now you're up. Now get downstairs and help me open. You owe me at least that much after what you put me through last night. She turns around and starts heading back down, clearly expecting me to follow. What I put you through? Besides, I gotta get to school. You can spare 15 minutes. You're not running that late. She didn't stop walking, her words ringing up the stairs. I sigh and head down. She probably wants to lecture me, but there's no time for that if she wants the pub up and running for breakfast. So yeah, I basically live at the pub, but like upstairs. It's called the Ice and Dice. Find a name, but don't make fun of it. The owner will kick you in the face. That's an extraordinary action, oh my goodness. Sometimes I help by sweeping the floor and cleaning the tables, or getting the place set up to open, like I am now. No such thing as too young to work in this part of the city. Not in practice, anyway. I've heard older people say there were no bad parts of the town in Old Reykjavik. I don't know if that's true, but I imagine it gets a bit tougher when the city has to use everything it's got just to stay afloat. No pun intended, god damn it. In my experience, if you're old enough to fight, you're old enough to help out. Just not old enough to drink the booze. Hekla keeps a close watch on me for that. Honestly, I never dared try. She comes across a bit rough, but I saw her fighting for real once, and since then I knew none of this horseplay I ever got into with her compared to the real thing. She can really dish it out. This woman must be a retired MMA fighter or something. I started taking the chairs from where they're stored on top of the tables and setting them up right on the floor. They're not heavy, so my uninjured hand works well enough. Hekla's behind the bar, turning on the lights and grills and checking over the stock of drinks, food, napkins, but her voice follows me around the room while we each click through our respective tasks a couple of well-oiled machines. So, what were you up to last night, huh? What the fuck did I do last night? I still don't remember. I was just out. And somehow ended up unconscious, carried home by a kind stranger who must have seen you here before. You were all bloodied, your face swollen, a cut on your hand? Why are you getting into knife fights? I thought you were steering clear of all that now. Well, it was worth a try. Hekla's a tough woman. She's been running a pub on her own since before I was born. And that means taking care of rowdy drunks. So yeah, she knows the aftermath of a nasty fight when she sees it. Not that it'd take a genius to realize what happened with wounds like mine. I honestly don't remember, but I probably got into a fight. No kidding. Probably? Don't remember. Are you for real? I look at her seriously, just as confused as she is. And she finally realizes that I mean it. I have no clue where I was last night, who I was with, or who I was fighting. It doesn't look like you're lying. Maybe they got you in the head too hard. We might need to get you checked out. She smirks, letting out an ironic laugh. It just means I get to have you around all the more to compensate me for the healthcare fees. Your choice is your responsibility. You're a legal adult now, after all. I stare at her and sigh. Is that her way of trying to lighten the mood? I mean, would it kill her just to say she cares? Seriously, though, take care of yourself. Wow, she actually... If you die, you'll never be able to pay me back. God damn it. Whatever, I'm late for school. Hold on. Looks like she's about to snap at me at something else, but... Why don't you sit down? I was starting some eggs. I come close to the bar. I could hear and smell them starting to sizzle on the other side. I didn't realize they were for me. I thought she was getting the to-go breakfast menu ready. She's actually a pretty good parent. Or, I guess she would be if she actually had a kid. She's single, never married as far as I know. Never had any interest, I guess. Never had her own kids. There's just me, and I'm just... a bother. Those words slip out on soft sighs as I try to push myself away from the bar again. What's that? I said don't bother. I'm late anyways. I'll just eat in the She gives me a very unimpressed stare. Just sit down and eat the damn eggs before I send them directly at your face. Can you not give yourself 5 minutes to digest and enjoy your food after getting yourself beaten to a pulp the night before? I don't know if I'd say to a pulp. I trail off as I sit down. I finally notice there's someone else in the room. First customer of the day. He approaches from the far corner behind some of the booths. Was he hiding back there? And yet, Hecla doesn't seem surprised. Did she know he was there? She must have. He has one of our mugs in hand. He sits on the counter. Hey, kid. His clothes are covered in grime, and there's a dense smell about him. Yet he apparently hasn't funded to buy a drink, and he's drinking this early in the morning? Where did he even get that drink? Something strange about his laugh as he looks at me. Borderline creepy. I'm drowning your sorrows early, so man. Oh, old man? So man, what the fuck? He might be a customer, but I tend to be blunt regardless. And watch it, kid. He's been here since last night, on my invitation. I frown. What you talking about? You two dating? Hecla glances at me and raises an eyebrow to the old man. This kid has a death wish, apparently. The old man laughs, and Hecla looks back at me. He's the one who found you yesterday and brought you here. You were unconscious. A total mess. You might owe him your life, so I paid him back with a mug of ale. You value my life very highly, I see. The old man laughs again. I stuck around to see if you were okay. Oh, damn, that's also... What did I did slightly less... Oh, shit. Castlevania Advanced Collection rated in Taiwan. Holy shit. I think it was a rumor a little while ago, wasn't it? I think it was a rumor for a Nintendo Direct for a while ago. We're still overdue for that September Direct. Whatever that is. Cool news. Alright, just popped up on Twitter like instantly. Just got a notification. I stuck around to see if you were okay, that's all. But damn, kids your age recover so easily. Makes this old geezer miss his younger days for sure. That's all fascinating, but now I'm really late for school. Still, I don't be too much of an asshole. Well, thanks for saving my life or whatever. Damn it, what am I even supposed to say? Haha, I didn't. I just carried your ass here. I get a weird feeling as he says this, like something is off about his words, but I can't put my finger on what. What got you so fucked up, if you don't mind me asking, kid? I don't know explanations about my life to some old washout, but I don't remember. It's all sort of a blank. Keep getting notifications. Okay. I hope that I didn't look at the mic thing on my phone's buzzing. I hope it doesn't pick up on the mic again like it did the other day. Oh, I actually don't know if it has been picking up. I haven't really looked much. Shit. Damn, they probably got you in the head. Hope you don't lose whatever good sense you got left. Hecla smirks a little, but then she looks at me with worried eyes. Whatever, I gotta get moving. Don't die out there, kid. Hecla starts serving the next batch of eggs to the old man as they head out. He seemed like an okay guy, I guess. Should I have asked his name? Fuck, I'm not good at this social shit. My mind wanders back to yesterday, but a sharp pain pierces my forehead and I remember nothing. Fuck. Let's just get to school. Maybe I'll recover my memories later. With that, I dash forward, my legs carrying me swiftly through the streets. It's kind of nice running, feeling the strength of my own legs, the air rushing past my face. It actually isn't so bad today. The smog tends to build up whenever the city ship stays in one place for too long, so... Some people wear masks to filter when they're outside, but it's definitely not needed. Not for me, anyway. People die every day from this fucked up environment. In comparison, maybe I'm kind of lucky. I'm in decent shape, I'm healthier than average, just some asset making foolish choices and worrying about people who care about him. That took a depressing turn. Anyway. Farkas? I turned to notice Sarah. She's sort of a friend from school. I say sort of because I pushed her away a while back. We had this weird fight and, well, I'm not proud of it. But it makes sense if she never talked to me again. And here she is today, talking to me like nothing happened. I'll be right back. I'll use the bathroom. Alright, I've returned. Well, I'm not proud of it, but it makes sense if she never talked to me again. Here, oh, there we go. She was always too kind for her own good. Maybe that's why we went our separate ways. I slow down to a brisk walk, but she continues alongside me. Why are you running so fast? Her curious eyes follow my bruises and the bandage around my hand, and widen with worry as she gasps. What happened to you? I sigh. Don't want to be late for school, but I got into an accident yesterday. I look away. Sarah's so pure. It hurts to lie to her. But she thinks I'm back to what I was like before. But, how did you get those wounds? Are you sure you should go to the hospital? Fine. I don't really want to talk about it. Did you hit your head? Maybe, yeah. Maybe now I'm even more messed up in the head. Har har. Fuck, now I'm cutting her off. It was like a knee-jerk reaction. Remember the old guy's joke? She giggles. Her smile is kind of cute. I wasn't gonna joke about it, but, head injuries can mess people up. It's a real concern. Yeah, I think she was probably just thinking about my health. But I don't like people commenting my intelligence. My grades aren't great, but that's not everything. Besides, it's not like I can't keep up. I don't like teachers. I don't like adults. Except for Hecla. I guess technically I am an adult now, but I still hate authority figures in general. Except for Hecla, again. I just don't like being talked down to, so I generally don't pay attention in class. Not having one of those augmented reality things doesn't help either. We didn't have them growing up, and now basically everyone has a heads-up display for their phone. So instead of being able to just look around and get whatever info I need overlaid to my view of the world, I have to physically pull up my phone like a fucking caveman. Like a caveman, huh? But when I talked about getting one installed, Hecla just said she doesn't trust them, whatever that means. But I should just instantly know everything like that. If I'm honest with myself, I also just don't put in the effort. If I actually tried to improve myself, well, whatever. Let's just go. She hesitates, pausing in her tracks. You mean go to school together? What? Why would you say this? Fuck, my mistake. We've done that in years. I made it pretty clear we shouldn't be seen together after what happened, but... Why not? You sure? You coming or what? I don't remember why we had a fight to begin with. I mean, I do, but it seems kind of distant and silly now. Maybe running into me like this is a chance to move on. At the time she was being bullied, and the distance between us was the only way to stop it. Some kids were being assholes to her because she was my friend, because of my decisions. But right now it seems like there's no one around, no one we know at least. Which means it should be fine if we walk together. At least for a little while. I want to spend time with her again. Sarah hops over, cheerfully keeping pace alongside me. For a couple years she really was my only friend, but that's alright. I'm used to being on my own now. We stick together until the school is in sight. Then I wave her goodbye and we part ways. Lessons are boring as usual. Nothing truly interesting happens. And I still have no clue what happened to me yesterday. If this keeps up, should I go to the hospital? Or would there be an overreaction? I mean, I feel fine. It's the memory loss I'm worried about. Walking home, I keep turning it all over my head, trying to remember. The sound of raised voices shakes me out of my thought. Looks like a bunch of thugs about my age at the mouth of an alley up ahead. I'm pretty sure they didn't bother with school today. Just out here dicking around, shaking people down for cash, selling drugs, who knows? They say it didn't used to be like this in Iceland. I wish I could have seen that. These days, you see kids banding together like packs of wolves to get what they want. I'm not against fighting when I need to stand up for myself. I mean, that's part of what gets me in trouble, but right now they're beating up some small nerdy kid, and it makes me sick. Cowards. Bunch of frail egos looking to soothe themselves by stomping on someone weaker. Get a job, Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Come on, that can't be all of it. I swear I don't have anything else, please. But your parents are rich. You must have, like, a credit code or... I'm telling you, I don't have it. Hold it. Like a scene out of a movie or something. A stranger jumps in to aid those in need. Is that really what I'm seeing? Oh, this guy. I'm not sure. I guess I should make him sound like... Stop, in the name of Hector Koskinian. Huh? Who? I could not ignore this injustice. Release that kid at once. Did this guy watch too many cartoons or what? Did he just say Koskinen? Isn't that the guy who, like, owns half the internet? He was son or something? I don't know how many Koskinens are in the world, but it's not an Icelandic name, so around here it sticks out like a sore thumb. Besides, there was something about a billionaire moving to the city not long ago, and I guess this kid does have a different accent. But then why would he be in a district like this? Indeed, the Koskikin family controls the Verco Corporation, the nerve center of online media across Europe. Whether we're Europe or not is debatable, but okay. Because we do use the euro now, that there are only like 5 world currencies, but still. So what you're saying is... You're way richer than the other dude. Yes, most likely. He's saying all this shit with such a big grin standing there, probably with his hands on his hips. The young kid runs away while he has a chance. His thumbs turn toward the savior. Does this Hector guy have shit for brains? They're all surrounding him now with metal knuckles, pipes. He looks pretty screwed. Maybe he has a plan? The situation has me intrigued, so I lingered just down the sidewalk from where they are, close enough to hear, but not calling attention to myself. Haha, you would threaten me next, fools? I warn you, if you come at me... There's a violent glimmer in his eyes. Somebody is going to get hurt. The thugs all take a step back, unsettled by his confidence and thirst for battle. What is he, a martial artist? A vigilante? And it'll likely be me. You? You? The thugs jump the rich ginger, clearly tired of his clown act. As expected, he's a mess. He gets punched and kicked, he's already on the ground. He's tall, but not exactly strong, and more importantly, he doesn't know the first thing about fighting. Why did a guy like that go out of his way? That's what you get for helping others. That's what you get for getting involved. It's best to just keep walking. But I pause, start turning back around. Fuck, I hate this side of me. Hey, that's enough. I jump into the action, knocking one of the guys away from Hector and taking up a fighting stance next to him, ready to ward them off. You old redhead. This was nothing. Don't say that while your mouth is bleeding, dumbass. Oh? He wipes his mouth. Thanks for coming to my aid, stranger. Let's work together. Work together? He's already getting the shit kicked out of him, and he's still raring to go? Better not change his mind. Look, you got us into this mess. You don't dare change your mind and run away on me. You're seeing this through. That's right, I don't care. I can't fight for shit. Even if there's no help at all. I'm not letting him dump this on me without taking responsibility. But he raises his fist, a determined look in his eyes. He never had any intention of running, did he? But of course, together we shall prevail. Why does he keep talking like that anyway? Some sort of goofy superhero act? He's weak and a complete goofball, and probably won't be much help. And yet, it sucks, but maybe I appreciate having someone fighting by my side for a change. So it's decided, we're fighting together. There are 2 of us, although one of those 2 is useless. And there are 5 of them. They're carrying weapons, and Hector doesn't have anything on him. As for me, I usually carry the length of the chain if I know to expect a fight. the fuck? A length of chain? Not the most common choice I know in a city with such tight gun control. People are creative, but it's still mostly knives and bats. But the chain gives me reach while still being easy to carry. Tricky to use to at first, but worth it. They don't allow things like that into school, though. Metal detectors at the door, so right now my chain's at the pub. I'll have to rely on my fists and feet. Fine then, come on, let's do this. They swarm us like a pack of animals using their superior numbers. One of them goes to punch Hector. He takes it, but is still standing. Heh, you've got guts, Ginger. As for me... dodge? No, a punch like that would get me. People underestimate how important it is to stay mobile during a fight, but me, I've learned from a young age that if you can dodge, dodge. Too slow. I simply step back to avoid the incoming swing and prepare my counter. Huh? The guy's fist flies off to the side, leaving me off balance and vulnerable for what's to follow. Off balance for a kick. Well, I use the fever of my fists. My lower body is essential to any combat situation. Your legs carry you around all day. They're naturally stronger than your arms if you know how to use them. I'm no Shaolin monk. I never studied formal martial arts, but I'm pretty sure when I'm kicking. Pretty awkward when kicking. But damn if I can hit with the strength of a mule when I line things up right. I step to the side and drive my heel into his stomach with a loud thud, sending him stumbling back. More like flying back. Look at him go. Damn, he actually leaves the ground to hit the wall behind him. Huh, I guess I'm getting better at this. I was worried I might be out of practice, or that my wounds would slow me down, but I guess not. I keep moving fast, swinging against my assailants before they can get to me. Some of them are taller and more muscular, but that's overrated. What matters in a fight like this is, reflexes and instinct. Once you have an experience, the flow of the fight becomes second nature, and that's what gives you an edge. Don't stay to one place, move, never give them a chance to surround you or pin you down, or you're fucked. I weave around them while landing hits when I can, right on my feet. Battle senses are flashing in my head, keep me from getting hit. I was never taught any of this, I just learned from doing it over and over again, and from the pain of screwing up. Dance this dance enough times to anticipate the next attack before I see it. That's the key to winning. Reaction time. Another one's charging at me. This one's a knife. Elbow to the face. My elbow in his face. Good. This one's down, but now the first one's getting back up. I've got one of them on me, but these guys are a joke. Must be some new wannabe gang. But the moment I relax... Her! Fucker! He gives me the punch to the side of my face. Spinning with the force of the punch, I see Hector behind me. Huh, is this all you've got? Sounds like he's doing what? Dude! He's on the ground, curled up to protect himself, laughing between the grunts of pain while his sides get kicked by the other two thugs. They're just brave and as reckless, but this guy's on another level. I need to finish this quickly so I can help him. Headbutt. I turn back to the guy and just charge him, putting all my strength on my neck muscles as I thrust forward. My forehead bangs against his and he stumbles back, passing out. I would laugh, but my head hurts like a bitch shortly after the impact. For a moment I feel dizzy. It's like a gong ringing in there. Reverberating, oh, Jesus Christ. Reverberating long after the impact. I don't think I've ever seen reverberating spelled out before. So I was really confused. What the fuck? Wow. I've never seen that word written out before. Holy shit. Why did I think it was a good idea? I already have a head injury from yesterday. Fargus, you idiot. Fuck, I guess that's fine. At least I'm not bleeding. Though if what head injuries can do to you, it might honestly serve this is better. I turn, charging the remaining two who are kicking Hector. Did you see how I held them back? He seems oddly proud of himself. Yeah, great job, bud. Now let me... That's true, actually. They're focused on Hector, so it turns out it will be easier to take these guys down. I punch and kick them away, do as much as I can before they notice I join the side of the fight. One stumbles back, and I get the other in the jaw, just right to knock him unconscious. The one thug slams his feet, looks at me, and I just glare at him with tired irritation. Fist still raised. He runs. My fists hurt, my face hurts, my legs are starting to give out. But one. Somehow it won. And it feels giving me a thumbs up from the ground. Ha! Oh, ha! It serves them right. Ha! Ow! Why does laughing hurt? Hector tries to push to his feet, but sinks back down, clutching his sides. I frown at him. Don't make it a habit of this. You'll get yourself killed. He chuckles through pain breaths. But that was great. Great? Exactly. We did it. We saved that kid. You got some kind of hero complex? Hector smiles and shakes his head. I just do what I can. What's your name, friend? Fargus. Look around you, Farkas. What do you think of this world? Huh? I glance around with a shrug. The sky's the same gray as ever. Gangs have run out of the place. A lot of people are too poor to afford medicine or even healthy food. Blizzards, hurricanes, even nature's trying to kill us. Not that humans aren't to blame for messing with nature in the first place, but it's shit. Exactly. So, don't you see? The world's already a terrible place. But today, we protected a kid from some thugs. We made it slightly better. All it takes for the world to stay as it is for people to not give a damn. And all it takes to change it is to act when there's a chance, even if it's something small. It wouldn't have been small if we died, if I hadn't been here. You have to be smart about these things. I couldn't think of anything smarter this time. I just had to make a split-second decision, whether to help that kid or not. So I did. I probably can do better, but I'm still not going to sit around uselessly in the meantime. And let people like that keep me afraid. I see. I hate it, but somehow I can't disagree. So that's what happened. He has no experience, but he saw someone in trouble, and didn't have the heart to just look the other way. Sounds like he's finally talking like a normal person, though. So it's not like he's lost his touch with reality. He just put on a hero act to get through what would otherwise be a terrifying situation. Alright, go ahead and change the world then. See you again never. Stop! Huh? He playfully slips back into the hero persona as he continues. While ordinarily I'd be content to bask in the glory of victory, I can't help but recognize that your contributions today were vital to our shared success. I did like 99% of the fighting, even if I lowball it. What the fuck? Okay, sure, and? I'd like to hire you. Be my bodyguard. No better. Be my sidekick. Sidekick. What do you plan to do? Go around rescuing kittens from fire escapes and shit like that? Who knows? It depends on what the world needs. Basically, we'd hang out together, and if we see some way we can make things better, we'd do it. You really think it's gonna help the world if we have been repeatedly saving your life from thugs? You can just stay safe in a mansion somewhere? With your knowledge of these streets, I'm sure we could pick better marks and use better tactics. What do you think I'm paying you for? Paying me? Of course. I just said I wanted to hire you. Wait, you think you just buy people, pay them, and they do whatever you want? Maybe that's how it works in your Verco Corporation land or whatever. No, that wasn't my... If I risk my life on a daily basis following you around, because I want to, not because someone bought me. You don't get to be my boss. I don't like taking orders. If I did something like this, it'd need to be on my terms. Besides, sidekick, I'm not playing second fiddle to the guy who doesn't know how to fight. Perfect. Huh? I get it now, Farkas. You're a true man among men. You won't be my sidekick or bodyguard. That's right. So instead, we'll be friends. Wait a minute. Just do another... Master Hector, so that's where you... A very formally dressed man approaches Hector and I head away from the scene of the fight. He sighs. You know, I was waiting to pick you up half an hour ago. I would appreciate it if you notify me. Sorry, there was a bit of an emergency. Getting a better look at Hector, the newcomer's eyes widen and snap over to me. What happened to you? An emergency? Involving this punk? It's fine, Mikhail. This is a friend of mine. He helped me out of a bad spot back there. That's all there is to it. I see. So you've gotten yourself in trouble again. Again? How did you survive the other times? Survive? You mean literally? No, I'm with him. So we're able to just leave. He turns back to Hector. I recommend we return before your absence is noticed. Yeah, sounds like this will have to be it for me, Farkas. I appreciate your help, friend. He extends his hand, offering to shake mine. The sound is just sounded. I have no idea what he might think is normal, but he's probably used to solving his problems with money. Money might be how he gets everything. Everything is a transaction. If the price is right, no one refuses. So for him, someone who says no, someone he can't just ask to do as he pleases. I might not feel like we're friends, but just from that fight, maybe I'm the closest thing he's found. He's smiling, but But there's a clear loneliness in his eyes that I recognize, because I'm the same way. Not rich, but we're both alone on our paths. Forget that. Dismissively, I slap his hand away. You. Don't act like this is goodbye, dumbass. I open my phone and have him pull up the ice and dice, holding the screen out to show him. This is where I live. You live in a pub? Upstairs. I live upstairs. Just go there when you're bored, alright? With a sigh, I step away, hands in my pockets, wondering what exactly I just got myself into. Oh, so there's 3 parts for each one. Damn, that's gonna be a lot of talking. Oh my goodness. How long have I done this for? I've done this for an hour already. I do like it, and I want to continue, but just the voices. Save. I'll save. Do more of this later. Another day. Let's get to the other stuff I have. Actually, I will be right back again. I need to go to the bathroom.